Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Mesa Ridge Limited 332 RLS fifth wheel. You guys have picked a cool unit here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and some things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you got your little slide, but you've also got a big awning that's going to come out beyond that. Then on your off campsite, beside your bigger slide, deeper, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Locate them at the campsite. Park as good as you can because you've got power and water right next to each other in the same spot on this unit. Great, you can park as close as you can to the utilities there. So once you arrive, get you a good parking spot. First thing we're gonna do, unhook our hitch. Up here, your auto leveling system. Simply touch the top and bottom at the same time to get it to turn on. We're gonna lift the front end up, get your vehicle up out of the way. Once it's out of the way, you are going to just touch auto level. Auto level is gonna run down your auto leveling system in the back, as well as move your landing legs up and down until this whole unit is level and stable. Once it is, you'll see this light flash. When it's flashing, our unit's level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. So again, power plugs in back here in the back. Big long 50 amp service. The way they plug in now is go in at the left. Once it's in, you'll turn to the right and then put on your gray washer. That'll lock that on there for you. At the end of that 50 amp service, should you need, a lot of campsites are 30 amp. So in your convenience pack, we get a dog bone that'll bring you from 50 down to 30. And then if you need to plug in to a 110 anywhere else, 30 to 15 amp reducer on that. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Docking station is right here. I'm gonna open this up. You notice before I do it says city water and fresh water. Once this is up, take this little plastic piece and hold that down there. It's gonna open this all up for you. So this side is gonna be where our city and fresh water is gonna fill. Over here is gonna be our tank flush. So at campsites, we're gonna go city water. Point that straight down. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. You want to protect the lines of your unit. Hook that up. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Your hot water heater is going to be located in front of this slide, which may not even be out at this time when we arrive. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. Take your rod, throw some plumber's tape around there. Tape preferably, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there. I believe that's 1 1/8 inches. Get that in there nice and snug, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on down there. Now after that hose has been on for a little while, you go inside, deploy our slides if you need to. What I need you to do is get inside and open up your water taps. Get them water lines opened up, get a nice steady flow of clear water going through them. Once you got water going through them, then you know you can shut them off, and you know that your hot water heater is full, and you can turn this on from indoors. There is an on-off electric element down here. The only time you ever want to turn this on down here is if you're hooked up to 110. Otherwise, just turn it on indoors. Hot water heater doesn't seem to be working. Come out here to see if these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. They're reset. And then this is your pressure release valve. So let's say we're going to go camping now, and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping. But before we go out, we're going to fill up our fresh water tank. So we're going to fill it the same way, but what we're going to do is we're going to switch our blue tab up to tank fill. Swing that to the left. Now we're lined up with tank fill. Water pressure regulator again. Make sure the hot water heater's plugged up. Turn that on. Fill up your tank. Now you're going to go inside. You're going to check the levels of your tank where your battery and black and gray tanks are. There's also a freshwater read. Once you see this tank is full, remove that hose. Then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn your water pump on indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when set to city water that's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up with power and water. I'm going to walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here in this little docking station. Cable and satellite. Tank flush. That's when we'll dump our black and gray tanks. That'll help clean the black tank out. Then you're all set up for an outdoor shower here. Come around to the back of the unit, you got a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year. Check the seams of your roof. Caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a backup camera. Got a spare tire with a cover. This is all set up for a bumper griddle. Unhook this here, flip this up, set your griddle on there. Right there's your quick connect LP. Got a 110 here. You also have your own outdoor kitchen area. All prep for a TV here. Backer for a bracket, cable and satellite 110. This is what you can plug in for that outdoor shower over on the other side, as well as over here. Got your griddle here. Pull that forward. Once you lock this up, your gas is now on. Set this up. Stick lighter will light that. That won't close unless you shut the gas off, which is great. Make sure you get that snapped in there for travel. Got lighting out here. Your outdoor fridge. Storage drawer. This is a vent for your microwave. There's your other lighting out here. Got these slam locks. Let them fall, they'll close right up. Big pass-through storage area. You are prepped for solar. Plug a solar panel in here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. In here is the propane extra tank that you can travel with. It's not hooked up, but you can have it with you. So up in here are your batteries. Check your battery posts now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. This is your battery disconnect. So this will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Over here, these are just vents for your batteries. Again, your auto leveling system. This is your docking light for out front. Below that, your main propane hookup. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Continuing with your pass-through storage. The SIF flue for your furnace. Two things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It gets pretty hot. Down here, black and gray holding tanks. Extra gray tank. And your low point drains. Again, your hot water heater. On your slides, your wipers, you want those to stay pliable. So to add to the longevity of the life of these, they've got a spray that you can spray on these. Keep them nice and flexible. And we're back to our outdoor docking station. So that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. Coming around the corner here is our control panel. So start on the bottom here. Here's where you see your brand new battery. Here's your black gray tanks. Auxiliary. Down here is where you turn on your water heater if hooked to gas, your water heater if hooked to electric, your water pump if using potable water, which reminds me up here, battery, fresh. Fresh tank's the one that you hold down to tell when your potable water is full when dry camping. So there's your water pump for that. Interior and exterior lights. Your awning. You only want to run these awnings out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your brown bar. Another thing on your awning, I'll show you here, if your door is open, that'll catch on it, opening or closing. So make sure you at least have it turned enough away from it that can get out and in easily. We'll retract our awning. So above that's a couple slide controls in and out for these two living room slides. Run that awning back in. Again, make sure your door is clear so that'll close. While I'm running that back in, up above here is just a control strictly for your auto leveling system. Around the corner here, close our exterior door. Down here is going to be your thermostat. 3 ways to turn that on. You've got an auto fan, you've got your AC, and you've got your furnace. Just want to tell you, and then you have off. Your AC, when you shut that off, will shut off quickly. Your furnace, when you shut that off, it takes a couple of minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off. 110s and USB port here. Down below your little table here is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So, if you are out dry camping, nothing plugged in charging your battery, you're going to be gone for the whole day, go ahead and use that battery disconnect to keep this running your battery down while you're gone. Below that, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s and 20s in there. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Now the individual one-touch lighting throughout this unit. Your big pantry, access to your furnace area, table, chairs. You've got straps to strap your chairs down for travel. In case you didn't know, if you flip those up, you got storage there. You got storage here, as well as an extension. And a table. Come into your living room area here. We have parachute pull recliners. Pull up on the handle there and it'll kick your feet out. You also have massage, heat, little accent lighting there and below, and USB on both sides of that. Storage area here. Alright, coming over here, you got a sofa. Show you quickly how to turn that into a bed. Remove your Velcro cushions. Standing in the middle gives you good leverage. Should be lifted up. Open your legs. Pull it towards you. Lay the back down. And just that quickly, you've got a bed. Now reversing the process, make sure you put the back up first and then flip your front up. Hold your legs in as you're coming in and set it back down inside. Return your cushions and just that quickly, we are back to a sofa. Over here, they've got to grab your 42-inch TV to throw on here. It's an Insignia remote for that. Down below that, you also have a remote for this Bluetooth dual zoned sound bar for music indoors or outdoors, if you can hear that.
Teresa Caputo.
So, auxiliary, your TV can come through the sound bar, DVD player, Bluetooth, and radio.
I'm Teresa Caputo.
Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. I can make it brighter or dimmer, but the biggest thing is the heat, folks. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, instead of wasting your gas, if you're at a campsite, crank up this electric heater and it will get it toasty in here in no time. In your ceiling, AC with quick dump, smoke alarm in the hallway. Coming up to our bathroom, just want to mention in here, got a hand crank open, power exhaust vent here, which must be run by this. Yeah, there's a switch for that. And some plumbing to maintain. It is all PEX, just keep an eye on it. You're bouncing a house down the road. Want to make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Traveling, make sure that your shower door is snapped open position. Make sure vents are closed for travel. Coming back to our bed. Coming back to our bedroom. Slide control for that is here. Lighting here. Prep for a TV over here. Here's your TV bracket. Antenna. 110. Furrion sells a Bluetooth speaker that you can attach to this. Inside is your bumper griddle. Flame King grill for that back bumper. Again, for travel, make sure these are snapped into their lock position. That one that way, this one this way. Under your bed, you do have a little bit of storage. And make sure that this door is snapped open for travel. Speaking of travel, let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I'll shut off my bedroom light, and I can see that my accent lights need to be turned off. Make sure my vent up here is closed. And we're going to go ahead and bring that slide room in. Doors and drawers in here. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Come on down. Close our door again here. I like to shut off my interior lights, and then again I can see any individual lighting I need to walk through and shut off. Less lighting we leave on while traveling, the better. Walk through, all lighting is off. Then I'll turn back on my interior lights so I can see everything. And say doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. We've strapped down our chairs here. TV is back into tuck position. All of our drawers are closed here. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. We're just going to hit slide in. Make sure our cabinets are closed over here. We just don't want to break things as we are bringing our slides in. So these utilize about every inch. Don't you hear that? I wanted you to hear that. That is just the slide mechanism telling itself not to come in any further. You're not breaking anything. Nothing is grinding. It's okay to hear for a second on your way in or out. Slide close. Interior lights off. We'll look and make sure my exteriors are as well, and exit the unit. Now the most important thing on these steps, folks, make sure this exterior door is all the way open when closing it, otherwise this is going to catch on it. Lift these up, they do have adjustable legs as well. Cotter pin to remove here, bring this up and down in case you're on uneven ground. So set this aside, turn this right or left, either way, that'll lock that in there. Now before you leave the dump station, I say that in case you want to go in here and check the levels of your tanks or you're dumping, afterwards, before you hit the road, lock and deadbolt this door and lift and turn this handle. Alright, so if we are boondocking, we don't have to worry about unplugging any power, but we're going to come over here and dump that fresh water drain. There's no markings for it, but it's going to be just above your tires here, above your control center, or control legs for your leveling system. There's your fresh water. Otherwise, unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Come up to our auto leveling system again. Turn that on. And this time we're going to hit retract all. Retract all is going to bring up your auto leveling system, and it's going to return your leveling legs to wherever we set it when we hit auto level. When that's done, you'll see that flashing again. Hook up your vehicle and head on up to the dump station. Now at your dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be just in front of the tires, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, or off camp side of the unit. When you arrive, take your 10-foot hose, comes to your convenience pack, hook that up, and the first handle we're going to pull is to our left, your black holding tank. That's going to be your sewage. Listen for that to be empty. Once it sounds like it's empty, go ahead and check your panel indoors. If it is empty, leave that handle open. Come on down here, grab the hose at the dump station, and hook it up to your tank flush. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Let that go for a good 5 minutes. When that's done, remove that black hose, shut that water off, come on down here, make sure that all that washout that you put in there has drained, and then close your black handle. Pull that gray handle to the left there. When that one's done, we can pull this gray handle here. That's going to be your sink water from way over on the other side. Back in the kitchen, outdoor kitchen. When that's done, take your sewage hose and store it in a nice sanitary convenient place. Then we're going to go ahead and get up underneath there and open up those low point drains. When those are empty, we're going to come to our hot water heater for at the end of the season. Lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump all that rust of hot water out of there, so be careful. Then push this back down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull your drain plug. Pressure release before pulling your drain plug. Very important. Pick up your unit and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Mesa Ridge for many years to come. Happy camping.